Hey guys, how you doing? Shawn, web piano teacher here. Just wanted to welcome you for this new lesson series that we're doing on webpianoteacher.com. It's called Here Without You. It's by Three Doors Down. It's a hired request. And if you want to hear it on YouTube, a guy doing a cover of it does a great job. I'm looking over here at the title. Three Doors Down Piano and Vocal Cover is the title of it. Guy with a what do you call those things? The toboggan on his head, and he's playing and singing really great. That's what we're doing today. Let me let you hear some of it. All right, so here we go. That's the first time. We're going to do all three in this part one lesson. Okay, so if you're new to my style of teaching, welcome. This crazy guy teaches this crazy way with the whiteboard. I've been doing this for 20 years on YouTube and my website. So if you're someone who has struggled with traditional lessons, but you love music and want to play, you're probably going to jive with how I teach. Just kind of stick around and a little bit of a learning curve. Then once you get it, you're off to the races. If you are a member of the website, you can download my sheets for this. There's lots of sheets for this. In-depth lessons take you all the way through. Okay, guys, sorry I can't make everything through. This is free. This is the way I make a living. And if I couldn't have a website and make a living, I couldn't put anything up. So I'd have to go back to mowing lawns or something. What I did when I was a young kid. All right, so here we go. And as you can see, I have treble and bass staff here. If you look at my older lessons, they look like this, except there's not the staff back there. So the staff added lightly is kind of a recent thing I've done the past couple of years. People seem to like that, but it's not that much different than reading music. I just write the letters instead of the note heads. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to teach you theory, technique, the song, how to pedal, how to be musical. All right, all those things as you're learning a fun song. B flat octave in the left hand. Sometimes the left hand's up in the treble clef. You ever do that when you were learning lessons from a teacher? You go to your piano teacher's house and she'd hit you on the knuckles with the. That actually happened to some people, not me, but. B flat octave on the left hand, and then we'll go F, B flat, D flat on the right. That's a B flat minor chord. If you know chords, that's very helpful when playing this first part. Then you kind of have a roadmap, okay? So left hand first, B flat, F, B flat, D flat, B flat, F, and then C, B flat, F, C, F, D, B flat with the left hand, and then F. Okay, so it's one. Listen again. Right, so the C is not part of the B flat chord, but it's in general a B flat minor chord, B flat, D flat, F. So that kind of helps you, gives you a place to grab onto to gauge everything else. Don't move on from that measure until you can play it, fairly well at a slow tempo. Okay, and notice, got my new camera in here, that, must have turned off. Yes, it did. I'll use it later. I have a camera on the side hooked up to get the side view, and I think, it came unplugged when I plugged something else in, so we'll do that later. Anyway, I'm just going to show you how the elbow needs to be moving. Okay, so there's that rotation in the wrist, and your elbow can come out. Makes it easier to play. Okay, just play that measure over and over, maybe 6 or 7 times. And then when you're ready, you go to the second measure, learn that, and then we're going to put them together. That's the way I teach everybody to learn anything. When there's a little dash, you're going to hold that note value out a little longer. 1 and a 2, a ba, 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 ba. At the end of the day, rhythms are felt, not counted. Counting helps us get to the place where we can just feel it. A flat, octave in the left hand. Change your pedal there. Okay, so left hand there, right hand, E flat, A flat, C. I'm going to use 1, 2, 4 so that my 5th finger can be on the D flat. A flat chord, if you're looking at chords, A flat, C, E flat. That's an A flat chord. And my elbow's moving out when I get my camera hooked back up For part 2, we'll show some of that, but I'm proud of that camera. I have, to show people, be free, let that elbow move out. You see, classical pianists do that. They don't do that to be fancy. They do that because it makes it easier to play. So don't be static. Let your mechanism move. Now, you learn those two. And I say this in every lesson, a great teacher has to have great patience for repeating the same things over and over again because everyone needs to hear it, but everyone needs to hear it many, many times before it finally sinks in. When you learn, okay, small chunks, small digestible portions, one measure, then the next measure, then put them together. If you're playing a song that's too hard, stop playing a song that's too hard and go to one that's easy, or you're going to quit out of frustration, but not because you're stupid, but because you weren't wise in staying in your level until you're ready, to naturally move up. Okay? So, that being said, let's put those two measures together. Second measure. All right? Great. All right, here we go. So you're not going to learn this stuff from the following blocks and all of those computer programs. They don't teach you jack. They just show you how to copy a program, and you don't actually learn anything. Okay, I like to know what I'm doing. B flat in the left hand, we're going back to that B flat minor, B flat D, B flat D flat F, 1. So very similar to the first measure. The only difference is you have F and D flat at the same time. See, when I play my thumbs, I let that rotation go. There's kind of a circle motion that my wrist makes, okay? Technique is just allowing your mechanism, your wrist, your finger joints, your elbow, your shoulder to do naturally what it wants to do. When you prevent it from doing what it wants to do naturally, that's what results in tension and bad technique. Now, I've learned 3 measures, so what do? Now we put them together. We play measures 1, measure 2, measure 3, and we tie it together in a chain. Okay, guys, I've been teaching this way for 20 years online, but before that, 20 years teaching 50 students a week in person. I'm telling everybody the same things. I found out what works early because, I'm meant to be a teacher, and then I just keep using those things, and they work. If you'll do them. You can't just listen. You got to be a doer. Now we move on. I feel like Mario from the... That isn't quite... I want that to fit a little more. There we go. I have a little Bluetooth foot pedal that does pretty good for me, but when I want to get real exact, I got to use my phone here. I got all these phones doing everything for me, changing the camera and doing the projection on the screen. All right, so... Isn't that beautiful? It's just a pretty measure all by itself. Use that in something else if you want. Just hold the pedal down, let it all ring. I'm always telling you guys, watch your pedal, change your pedal. But on this part, it's okay. Just to hold it down, it sounds beautiful. Left hand, G flat. Right hand, high D flat. D flat, C, B flat, A flat. This is not a chord. This is a scale, part of a scale. You ever played a scale? Scales are very helpful if you practiced chords and your arpeggios and your broken chords and your scales. They're important because they help you understand real music when you go to play it. The scales and the arpeggios and the chords are not music. They're designed, playing them, to help you when you go to play music. It makes things you understand them. So don't just blindly practice scales and chords. You are wasting your time unless you're using that knowledge and practice to help you in a real song, in real songs. So there's a part of a scale. Little D flat scale. D flat, C, B flat, A, 4, 3, 2, 1. G flat, left hand, A flat, F, D flat. If I put a little hook before a note, that's for me just telling me it's syncopated off the beat. Da da ba 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 ba. Okay? There are great drummers who can't count written music at all, but they could play that easy because they feel it. Rhythms are felt. Just let it ring. That's a fermata. It means just kind of let it ring for a little while. At the end of this lesson, as I always do, I'm going to play the whole page. But let's get through the page first. Now the singing starts here. The guy starts singing. Again, listen to the video. He's really good. 3 Doors Down, piano and vocal cover on YouTube. Without You is the name of the song. And he does very good because he doesn't rush. A lot of people doing covers on piano and they're singing. They do a lot of things well, but then they'll leave out beats. If there's long notes, they'll just kind of rush through them and go to the next measure. But he does really good at keeping the beat. All right, 1 pedal per measure, I think, will work. B flat, minor chord. A lot of times, intros of songs will be just some of the, verse or maybe the chorus chords. They're not going to be something totally different. So left hand B flat, right hand's going to be doing B flat minor chord. So you can just kind of block that and play it all. Feel that whole block under your hand. I call that clustering. Just cluster it all together. Feel it as one word instead of each individual letter in a word. F, B flat, C, E flat, da 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 da, hold, da 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 da. So all the notes are right here. See that once you get your hands on there, you're ready to go. Okay, so make sure you're swiveling, let that wrist do the circle motion. A flat chord, A flat in the left, then E flat, A flat, D. It's a suspended. If I move that D flat down to C, then it's not suspended, it makes an A flat chord. In an inversion, okay? Inversions are important. Yes, that's an A flat chord, but an A flat chord can also be played this way. Or a suspended, where the D flat suspended down to C. It's called a 4-3 suspension. Okay? So that's this line. 1 line to go, and then we'll play them all together. So work on that line the way you did the first one. A lot of people who aren't used to following video lessons go, slow down, I can't keep up. If you're saying slow down, it's because you are trying a song that is too hard for you and you need to stop. I'm going to hurt your feelings, but I'm trying to save your piano life here so that you'll continue to play. Quit playing stuff that's too hard. Play stuff that's on your level and play a ton of it. Then you'll automatically get better to the next level. That's how it works. It's the only way it works. All right, so the third line here, and the other reason is because, I'm going too fast is because, or they say that, or you might say that yourself. Maybe I am going too fast sometimes, but most of the time it's that the reason I just said, or you're trying to keep up with me in the video. That's not how this works. If you're trying to keep up with me and I got to go so slow that you can practice during the actual video running live, then part 1 would be an hour long. Okay, we can't do that. So hit pause. Use the slowdown function on my website. There's a slowdown function that lets you make the video slower without dropping the pitch. Okay. Back in the old days, you slow something down, the pitch goes down, and it doesn't even sound like what you're doing. But now you still get the pitch there. So you can slow the video down, hit pause as you work on. If I show you something, hit pause and you work on it. Maybe rewind, and then you go back to it, okay? But you don't have to keep up with the video. All right, here we go. Sounds very pretty, and when you slow it down, it's a lot like what we've already done. So notice that when you're learning a song, some of the things you'll learn in the first page will be applicable to the rest of it, okay? And here it is again. We've already done that sort of thing, so you already are versed in that. Here's a new thing. B flat, A flat, G flat, B flat. Okay, G flat, B flat together, D flat, A flat, B flat, G flat, A flat, C, E flat. I put an E flat there because I feel like I hear that. Sometimes there's an overtone going in these old videos and you can't tell. But, so I'm going to play the E flat. You can if you want. You can let the right hand help out, all right? So G flat, B flat, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and ba-ba. Actually let the right hand take those 3. Split it up that way. So right here. There you go. And he does a good job of waiting. Ba-ba. And then he starts singing for the next part of the verse. that measure doesn't finish. It finishes on the next page, page 2, that we'll get to on the website, and we'll finish all of it. Let's try. All of it. Now, I zoomed, and I need to be able to see it here, so I did that. But you saw it close a minute ago. And if you download the sheets on the site, you can have them all for yourself to do what you want. Right there. So I had one little boo-boo there. Okay. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you on the website. We'll finish all of it. You guys have a great day.